Narratives in architecture, including the excluded. The excluded here refers to the abandoning of the structure as well as the present conditions of the struggling migrants who lack upliftment opportunities for their small business. The intent is to include such migrants by generating architectural spatial experiences. The approach is to create and open a welcoming building, lowering the threshold to enhance the involvement and engagement, thus evoking certain emotions with relation to workspace through the path of struggle helps to develop the narrative for imagination of the future. Located on Maharashtra's coast, Mumbai is India's most populous city and it is one of the largest and the most densely populated urban areas in the world. Mumbai has been the magnet for migrants. It was the year 2020 when COVID hit the world, leading to loss of livelihood for a huge number of migrants. Anvi's mother was one of them. Anvi, along with her mother, returned to Mumbai after months as they did not have enough money for their survival back home. Returning to Mumbai, they were aware that now no place would be permanent enough. Everything would be just temporary due to the situations that were created. Anvi was overjoyed with happiness as she had heard the stories of Mumbai. She had been told of the city of dreams and was thus excited as it was her first time in the vast city. On one blue, bright Mumbai morning, in the middle of the masses on the street, it holds a vision of chaos. Walking alongside every person in the throng on the streets today will be one more person tomorrow. With every year, Bombay is a city growing more and more public, the world outside gradually crowding the world inside. As honking, shouting, clinching, and bargaining all at once had begun, with auto rickshaws sliding through the ocean of people, bikes unbalanced with snake-like speed diving into any gaps available. The ground was marked with wheel prints and footprints staggering the earth, with smokes of morning cheap breakfast zigzagging its way through the street. Markets up for business, bargains started, the shouting started, the words sound like spikes, but in no time, wandering through these crowded streets of Mumbai, Anvi grabbed her mother's hand tightly as her excitement gradually reformed into fear. Hot summer's day, the sun already poured its heat into the city. Both covered with sweat, tiredly walking in the mad rush of Mumbai in the heat, seeking a place that would accept them, noticed the contrast of slums being on one side and tall buildings on the other. Staring at those tall buildings in the city, amongst all the chaos, on spur of the moment, Anvi paused as multiple questions hit her mind. At that moment, she saw a broken gate. The gate of the building looked just as same as one her grandfather used to mention in the stories he narrated to her. Her attention was drawn to this one ugly building that lay in the ruins behind the gate. Anvi felt like old age tree that stood next to the ruins welcomed her by spreading its arms like a canopy. Her growing intrigue pulled her in, and she convinced her mom to enter the gate in search of a place to rest for a while. Entering the gate, they saw shadows of trees falling on to the people who were sitting in a row doing some work. Anvi, a voice came across the aisle. On turning around, Anvi, along with her mother, breathed a sigh of relief when they heard the voice of their Tai, who belonged to the same village as Anvi did. Taking a break from the harsh heat, resting on the platform under the shaded tree, they excitedly spoke of how each of them ended up there while wandering the city in search of shelter and work. After listening about the struggle that Anvi and her mother faced, Tai said, "The Battle of Mumbai is the battle of self against the crowd." Tai started describing the time when she visited the descriptive building to find out about the space she had to been excited to explore it in her first visit. Tai remembered seeing a dark space which had little light of hope. Tai stood there in front of the old abandoned building. The building was crumbling and broken down. The vegetation had taken over the building. She was surprised it was still standing. Piles of bamboo lay shattered on the floor. Coughing and sneezing, she entered the doorway. It was frightening inside. The room was dark and desolate. Tai, after passing through the dark and shady tunnel with fear and doubt in her mind, reached into a huge space that looked like a warehouse. The old stairs, covered with algae, creaked as she walked up them. They seemed centuries old, as she was hoping they would hold them up without breaking. A ramp covered with algae led to the cracked wall. Cobwebs littered the building, the cracked walls falling in. All that was left was the remains of a long since dead space. Above the window, the rods were popping out. The light stared downwards miserably from the broken corner of the roof at a space that would never serve anyone ever again. Everything was silent except for the chirping of the birds. Hearing about the building from Tai, Anvi and her mother's curiosity kept increasing, as they could still not see the building which they were discussing. I can see something there. What is it, Tai? Under the tree, asked Anvi, pointing at a huge gate. Tai answers, you should come along with me and see what it is. They walked down the stone path, the path which was grateful of the shade the trees provided. Arriving near the gate, oh wow, look, mother, it is such a beautiful gate. Anvi jumps out of excitement and exclaims her mother. The gate was covered with creepers and it looked as if it was coming out from an old broken wall. It framed a path on which branches of trees were interlocked, leading to a door. It provided a glimpse of the building. Adjacent to the gate, they also see a group of women sitting on the kanta below the tree reading newspapers with a cup of tea in hand. Anvi could see some reflections of the same scene that she used to see daily in her village while she walked down from her school to home. Tai called her friends who were sitting on the katta to introduce them and they happily joined Tai. The smiling faces welcomed Anvi and her mother through the gate. Anvi's mother sat on the steps that were in front of her and couldn't be more excited as they never received such love and warmth from the people they met for the first time. Instead, they were always avoided by the people they met and were never accepted by the city during difficult times. Passing through the gate, Anvi and her mother were thrilled to see the space as it gave a contrasting view to what she had been dreaming on her path till that moment. She felt as if it was a magic door. On opening the door, after which she reached on to the other side of the space that had lights reflecting on her from the roof, gave some hope to them. As they moved through the narrow open corridor, they saw a few ladies that had occupied the space alongside. The windows through the corridor gave a glance of the hustle and bustle happening in the space inside. Entering the building, Anvi was fascinated to see a place with a roof high up. The light from the roof falling in the space highlighted the work. People were partially occupying the staircase. It was no longer the place Tai had mentioned. Tai, what are they making? Asked Anvi. Curious, Anvi went closer to explore the work the woman sitting on the platform ahead of her doing. Another Thai who was busy working requests Anvi to pass the box from under the platform. As Anvi turned towards the space, she notices there were many such boxes stored below the platform. Anvi asked Tai about what was happening upstairs. Tai looked up and introduced Anvi and asked her, why don't you go up and have a look on what is happening? She excitingly took the stairs. What she explored was various levels that were connected by the stairs, which were as well occupied by the clusters. Reaching the upper floor, she went to the corridor that was wide enough, where she met the ladies. The sunshine falling through the leaves of the trees on the corridor highlighted the work the ladies were involved in. Wandering through the space, she reached the end of the corridor where she overlooks her mother and Tai sitting on the steps under the shade. Running back to her mother, she reached to another platform from which she could see the entire space at one glance. She was amazed by the lights falling on the people at different platforms. The large opening extended the vision towards the huge old tree. The windows and the doors provided view of the people sitting on the courtyard, chit-chatting and engaged in multiple activities. Tai and Anvi's mother, sitting on the window, could keep an eye on Anvi while she played on the swings of the tree. Tai said, because I had been all away and then returned, I was alert to what had changed, the way the colors of the buildings had faded, the extent to which the banyan tree shading the ground had grown. if it had been cut down altogether. I remembered that there had been one there. Later, they sat on a bench to grab a tea at a small tapri behind the building, enjoying the cool breeze and shade under the peepal tree, looking at Anvi. Her mother's eyes, thinking about her fear, had gradually disappeared. Also, also talking about how the space is away from the chaos of being crowded and noisy, yet feels welcoming. Anvi's mother, thinking what to do next and where to go. Tai smiles, looking at Anvi's mother. Thank you.